And we are with the CEOs. We actually out here right now at the Greensboro Homless shelter. It's a homeless shelter that takes in any type of homeless person off the streets. And we're just out here just trying to get an inside look at what goes on in the everyday life of a homeless person. As you see over here, there's a lot of homeless people sitting outside. They can't check in until probably about like 5 o'clock. So they just out here. They don't have nowhere else to go. They're just out here just talking to one another, keeping each other company. Most of these people out here, they say they became homeless because they don't have, they was living paycheck to paycheck, got fired off their jobs, and now they're homeless. Other people say that they just got out of prison, and when they were in prison, the prison didn't have any type of systems.
Urban Ministry's been around for quite some time. We can get you the history, but I don't think you want to know about me, but I've been here for 12 years. And working in the shelter here. Shelter started on Martin Luther King. Well, it's got a history. If you need that kind of stuff, just let me know. I'll get you kind of a history. This is Greensboro's only 24/7 shelter. So if you're homeless, this is going to be the place you're going to go. 18 and over, males and females. We take anybody, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Whether you come from the coast, the bridge, the abandoned house, doesn't make any difference. We don't care what your pedigree is or what your background or how many years you did. As long as you can follow our rules here, we're going to take you in. There is an admission process. Come in and we give you a set of rules to look at, and if you're agreeable, we start an admission process. Everybody has to get entered into a database and assign you a bed. Once you have that bed, you're free to use your day to find employment, find housing, take care of business. And unless you have a second or third shift job, everybody has to be here by 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. each night. Normally 100. This is a winter. We started what we call a reprogram, which is a winter emergency. We get a lot more people, and we farm them out to various local churches that are helping in supporting us to take in the homeless. In addition to the 100 we have here, we got space for about 125, plus an additional 16 here. So on any given winter night, we're talking about close to 250 people that are homeless that we're going to house. We are nonprofit, but we do have federal, state, local, and are heavily supported by a lot of the churches in Greensboro. So we got our hands in a lot of different activities and places that support us. And we do a lot of food drives. You probably come across food drives and stuff like that to help some of our other programs. We've got a number of other programs. We're not just a homeless shelter here. On the other side of our lobby is the Potter's House. That's where our folks eat, but also they have the free meal every single day, 365 days a year. It's open to anybody. And they serve, anywhere from 300 to 400 to 500 people a day. You can come in there, no questions asked. You can come up in there, and we'll serve you at the table, and you'll get a free meal. And we do that every day, and on Wednesday mornings. And we've got other programs as well. Emergency assistance is up front. They help people with financial assistance. If their lights are going to be cut off or they're facing eviction, maybe they can help them out with some financial assistance. There is a need for a greater capacity because we turn away people a lot. Females particularly. We could use a greater capacity, whether that's here or another building or another agency doing that. As you know, these are really tough times. and we're going through some very tough economic times. We're seeing a lot more people. So we can't help enough. We need more help.
And that's pretty much like what we're trying to do. We're just trying to make a community impact statement, trying to see how far we can push it, see if we can get some more help around here in Greensboro with the homeless.
And if you haven't already, I would encourage you to make a stop over at the IRC, the day shelter.
Mm-hmm.
You ever been there or know what it is?
Where's it at?
407 East Washington. It's near the depot.
Okay.
It's called the IRC Interactive Resource Center. It's a day shelter, and a lot of our folks go there during the day. They help with employment, housing. They got computers that people can get on. You can go over there, take a shower, haircuts. You know, it's the kind of place where if you're homeless currently or about to be homeless, you can go over there and access their services. And they're kind of our kissing cousins. We do the residential part, but they do the day part. So that'd be a good resource for you to check out as well.
So, like, how long have you been homeless?
Basically, I came from D.C. homeless. I just got here the day before Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Solid City and things didn't work out there. So I came up here because this is the only shelter in the area.
So this is the only shelter that's open to like...
No, now they had the re-shelter thing that just opened up yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
But I just got in here yesterday. So prior to me getting in here, I had to spend the night on the streets for about 3 days. Mm-hmm. And that was very little sleep and a lot of fear.
You sound very intelligent. Like, I've talked to a lot of homeless people that have like educational background. Like, do you go to college or high school? What's your...
I went to 1 year college, Howard University.
Howard, okay.
Right now I'm a minister. I'm trained in suicide intervention, crisis intervention, counseling. You know, but all in all, there was a time in my life when none of that counted, none of that mattered, because I was also one who did what I wanted to do.
So how would you feel if the city of Greensboro offered more shelters to the homeless?
There are a lot of
people get turned away from here.
Yeah, and you know what? Like I said, a lot of people look down on homeless people, but now you got homeless people who are taking care of their children, who fall on bad times. You got homeless people who missed one check and got thrown out. You got homeless people who like the way I personally became homeless, it was my back had given out, and I couldn't walk for 3 months, which meant that was 3 months that I couldn't pay any bills. And it's hard to come back, especially when you don't have nothing to fall back on. It's hard to come back when you take a fall.
So what other things do you think that Greensboro can do to help the homeless community?
Well, Greensboro could do just the same thing as everybody else can do. First of all, take a look at it. You know, because it's easy to allocate money. But really take a look at it and find out the people that are in the neighborhood that are homeless. Because there's a lot of times the governments and communities can avoid a person coming into a shelter or even have to come into a shelter if you make funds necessary for a certain emergency.
Y'all want to get in there? So.
We out here on Edward Street. We got a bridge out here. As you can see, some homeless people stay under here. You see, they made like homemade pallets, beds. They got clothes under here, food, stuff for survival. They're just trying to survive. Most people say they don't like staying in the shelter because it's too demanding. You got to be in at a certain time. You got to get up at a certain time, and it's just easier just to stay under the bridge somewhere. Yeah, y'all. And like Deshaun was saying, like, it's just really bad out here. And right here, we're like 5 minutes away from A&T. This is what Edgeworth Street off of Spring Garden. And it's like it's homeless people going on everywhere. And like, people really need to step up and try to help out with the homeless every way they can.